that you refrain from using your cell phone until it's time. There will come a time when I need you to download an app should you choose to use it. But texting, actually talking, let's just be professional and respectful. Equity of voice. If you use these apps or if you want to chime in, just remember there are quite a few of us in here today, and we want to give everybody a fair chance to talk. That includes myself. Confidentiality. I doubt if anyone will say, my principal, no. So we're not going to use names. We're not going to, because we all work for course of a smaller district. Display active listening. So I just asked if I'm talking or our teammates are talking, just be mindful and listen. And most important, let's have fun. It's our first week of summer break and we're at PD. So we're going to make it fun, enjoyable. It's the last one. 55 more minutes and we are out literally for the summer. So we're going to start with some humor. And when I saw this about PD, I immediately
I started in the morning trying to figure out this day I'm not going to go in. School is almost over. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with y'all. Yeah, you can sharpen your pencil, but I need you to sharpen your contact while you're over there. The only thing wrong with y'all is there's always something wrong with y'all. Somebody might ask me how many weeks of school we got left. I ain't counting. I'm just surviving. One of you can tell me, bro, I don't know how to do this math. If you subtract your attitude, add some malice, divide that by the one good grade you did make, then your score, they got no choice but to multiply. Kids will do that all year, and all of a sudden they worry about the grade. Nothing from nothing, you locking. So Mr. Brown, this gonna fail? That's called the last laugh. I'm gonna get it. Mr. Brown, you got professional development. You got a PD. What PD stand for? Poor decision, prayer demanding, progress delayed, physically draining, partial disaster, pretty dull, perpetually dreadful, passion dividing, purpose defeating, peace determined, purely disappointing, plain dumb. I know a school counselor is overworked. I don't think she knew she had to counsel kids and teachers. We need more than kids.
So hopefully today will not be pretty dumb or physically draining. All right. So we're going to start with the Socratic Classroom. The Socratic Classroom is an easy way to assess your students. You can play games, you can make quizzes, and you can do exit tickets. So we're going to first begin with you guys being the students. I'm going to be the teacher, and then we're going to switch roles. Well, actually, you're going to be, I love TV. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Sybil with Sally Field. She has those multiple personalities. You're going to have multiple personalities in a minute. You're going to be the student and the teacher. Okay, so we're going to do that in a few seconds. But I'm going to show you what it looks like from your student's point of view, and then we're going to get an account today. I want it to be relevant, something you can really use. In September, you'll set up your free account, and then we'll play a little bit, but again, I encourage you to play over the summer. All right, so I need you to log on to besocratic.com. Now, what I just learned from doing this 2 times previous to you, don't even type in all of this. Just type in the word Socratic, and once you type that into the URL, student login automatically comes up. And that was so much easier. I wish I would have known that at 10:30, but hey, you learn. So, if you could just type in Socratic, and once you do so, type in student login, and the screen will come up. So once you get the student login, if you could type in your classroom, which is FBSH XK7L.
That's under room name?
Yes, room name. Thank you. It's called room name. I need you to enter your real first name and last name. Now, in the previous session, I was Janine Elba. Y'all know I'm married to Idris. If you didn't know, now you know. But that's not real. That's my fantasy. So I need you to put your real name, because I do have to give you certificates today. So this is how I'll be able to get everybody's name. So if you could, just make sure you put in your real names so I can make sure you get a certificate for your 20 points in a few moments. Okay. Do y'all see it? Everybody see it? Okay. Now, what I need to do on my end, which I bet I didn't do, I know, I got to launch it. And you would think 3 times doing this, I would have figured that out. But
Go back to.
oh, I'm going to go back. Hold on, let me go to Socratic real quick.
Oh, yeah. It's not letting me get signed on.
Okay, so let me sign in first. And I have done this, and I do this in my classroom. My kids are like, well, where is the thing? And I'm just like, what? Okay, so let me launch it. And we're gonna do, and I'll show you how to do all of this in one moment. I teach high school. You guys are the best cheaters. I'm shuffling everything. And we'll start it. Okay, so now you should see it. So now you should see it. And if you need the classroom number, here it is. All right. So as you're taking this assessment, I want you to put a variety of questions. So you'll see multiple choice, true, false, essay, not really essay, but you know, short answer. I think these are brand new because some of the apps weren't even downloaded onto. Okay, so if you could just type Socratic. You just type Socratic. There it is. All right, and then your student login. All right, and there you go, in a row. Yeah, yeah.
And what did you say the number was again?
It's on the board. It's FBS. There you go. And how old is that? You're logging on. Got it. Oh my goodness. I think they're brand new. Okay, so let's just do some kind of. Oh, you know what?
Got it.
That's okay. There you go. Student login. There you go. Yes. You have a brand. It is installing app. Yours is, did it take a long time to do? Yeah. Okay, let me get you another one. Hopefully this one won't. Thank you. These are brand new. Okay. I know these are nice. See, this one is already. So you just log on.
But this is actually
Mm-hmm. And easy to make the tablet. So once you go into the class, once you're done, you'll see, okay, so go ahead and answer the questions. There are no right or wrong answers. So even if it tells you you're wrong, you're not wrong. All right, now while we're waiting, if you're done, you'll see like a little, is that a hexagon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it right.
Yeah.
There's a little hexagon. Now, in the real classroom, I only give 3 questions. And we start together. Because this would, oh, you need another one. Because this would be the time that the cell phones will come out for those who are done. So just be mindful of that. Okay, here you go. You're welcome. Yeah, these are new. We have to load up. It's not found. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, let's try it again. So let's do Socratic. Okay, could you highlight and type Socratic in here? Let's see. Is anyone having difficulties logging in?
yes.
Yes. Is it allowing you to log in?
I couldn't to the Wi-Fi.
No, you're not connected to the Wi-Fi. You're not either. Okay. If somebody could, Buddy, like if you don't mind, just so she could, do you want to scoot over a little bit? You got in? Okay, perfect.
We can share together.
So these student loans.
Maybe we can get smart.
Okay.
I did not know
And
you
the
were
reason
specific.
circle of, yes, it did.
All right.
So enter your name. Now, for sake of time, if you're not on, don't worry about it. But make sure, I'm going to pass the sheet around. I need your name so I can make sure you get your certificate for your points today, okay? So if you were unable to log in, just make sure I get your name so I can make sure you get your certificate. All right, so now let's look at what we did. All right, so I'm going to go in, and I can see all of my students who participated. Okay? So Janice is in. We're going to give Janice time. So this is the perfect learning moment. I'm going to take the names off, and I'm going to take off the answer because we know students sometimes like to borrow ideas. Okay? So right now, I know Janice just got on. Everybody is complete, 100%. We're waiting on Janice. So as Janice answers, watch what's going to happen to these blocks. Not to put Janice on the spot. Hey, Janice.
I'm Janice.
Oh.
But she's got the
Oh,
computer.
she stole your identity. Oh, Janice. We offer cybersecurity at Northam. Shameless plug, shameless plug. Okay, so they're going to answer the questions, and it should pop up as they're answering. So, in the classroom, this is what you can have up on your screen. You know who's on, who's not on. I see she, oh, get a Janice, she's almost there. So, you know, we all have a Janice. Everybody else just goes through. So now it's the you know,
Which
when
one?
you guys are coming on, okay? Yep, she's almost there. All right, so while she finishes, notice the numbers at the bottom. This tells me the percentage of the question that the students got right. Now remember, there are no right or wrong. So even though it says 9%, don't worry about it. But if this was real world, 9%, similar to macromolecules, 9%. I know I need to go back and teach macromolecules, okay? So when you have questions, this is just a great way to say, like, oh, Lord, the kids didn't get proteins. Or, oh, I need to go back and teach enzymes, or what have you. Maybe these were my carbohydrates, and I see everybody got those right. All right, now I'm going to show you some more stuff. So let's look at the answers. Now, if you want to keep it anonymous among your students, you can. But I know the majority of the students picked A, so let's say A was the right answer. Somebody was on the fence, it's all good. And let's say someone picked B, B was wrong. So now I can address B. So let's see, why did you get that wrong? You can actually click the question and say, how did we do? So the question was, why are you at this PD? I need points, thanks for being honest. And you want to learn something new. You can address it. If the majority of the people put, I don't know, then let's talk about why didn't you know? Or you didn't read the graph correctly, okay? All right, so I went ahead to go in teacher mode. Y'all about to get separated like church in the back. Okay, so you can go back and do, you know, to check the data for your kids. This is a great way to review with your students, okay? All right, so I'm not going to go through all of that. Now, one teacher does this, and she actually shows the names. If you have a competitive class, I teach AP. My kids are competitive. We always want 100% pass on everything we do. So sometimes I may show their names, and they'll say, Shauna, come on, girl, we almost had it all right. And they'll actually help. They're not malice at all. They'll literally, well, Shauna, you didn't pick this because blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, so if you know your kids are like, Shauna, oh my God, girl, you are dumb, then don't show names because you don't want to embarrass anybody. But, you know, so you can show that. All right, so that's assessments. So one more thing I want to show you, and then I'm going to let you play. As a teacher, we always have to give data, right? So if you click on reports, I can pull up, we just took this at 12:32, it's in real time. And here are ways that I can show evidence. So the chart is what you just looked at. So that's the chart names and everything. I'm going to go back now and show it with reports. Now, you can make it in Excel, you can do individual students, or you can open specific questions. So I'm going to download this. And the reason why I told you, well, I'm going to tell you in a minute to use your Ports K-12 because you can put it on your drive. Now, before I embarrass myself like the last group, Excel is not on this computer. But I saved it to my drive already. So I was already prepared. So in my drive, I'm going to click on the spreadsheet. So let me open this file. And it's just running the zip. So who would have thought that it wouldn't be on the thing. So I'm going to open up this file. This was the previous session. So don't go tell them that I showed you their stuff. Okay, so it's loaded. All right, so here's the class data already on my drive. Here's what I did. Here's the date and time stamp, my room number. Here are my student names. This is the score that they received, how many right answers, and here are all my questions. And just at a quick glance, I can see that was right, that was wrong, and I need to read the essay questions. It's already in your Google Drive. We have evidence folders at our school where periodically we have to show evidence that we're assessing our students. This right here in my Google Drive, I just email it to Mr. Wilson, or I share it in my biology team folder to show that I'm doing my evidence. You can download it, you can print it out, so it's a great way. Again, at the bottom it shows you percentages, so a lot of data for you. If you want to work with Beverly, so let's say I teach inclusion biology, and Beverly is going to be pulled in a small group. I can pull out Beverly's individual performance, and I can give it to my co-teacher, and I can say, okay, Ms. Holland, when you work with Beverly today, Lord help her with 1 and 2, because she didn't get 1 and 2 today. And then this gives some evidence. You can print these out. We have Chromebooks at the high school, so I just email it to the students so they can have their own copy, and it saves my paper. Okay? And if I want to do questions, you can pull it up by question. So that's just really quickly, so I can see, well, from this PD, the majority of the participants selected this, one person didn't know. So even for me as a teacher, it helps me with driving my instruction. If I know the majority of the students got this wrong, then I need to go back and review like immediately before it gets too far. The reason why I like this is because oftentimes when we look at our data, we look at it at the end of teaching. And we look at the data, but we don't have time to go back because we got to keep moving forward with pacing. When you do formative assessments, you can literally, if you need to just stop at a speed bump, make sure they have it before you move on, you can. Because it is so frustrating when you feel like your kids get it and you take that benchmark and those scores come back and you're like, oh my God. Okay? All right, so let's play. So what I want you to do is keep this window open that you had, but open up another window. So you're going to open up a Socratic window, and I'm going to go to my home screen so you can see what it looks like. Let's do Socratic. Okay, so if you just open up and type Socratic, this is what it looks like from the teacher side. So you want to open up the teacher. So keep 2 tabs open. One will be teacher, and then we'll go back onto the student side just so you can see what it looks like. Bless you. Okay?
Did you
Now,
want them
one-
to split their screen so they could see it?
Yeah, I'll show them. So if you go into the teacher side, go to teacher login, and use your Ports K-12 address. So that way you can put your stuff in your Google Drive.
So we got to create an account.
Yes, create an account. So if you have one, great. If not, at least you take away a free account today.
Can we sign in with Google account?
Yes, I will use portsk12.com. That is your district Google account. That way your data can automatically download to your drive.
Is it .com or .va?
.com. PortsK12.com. Yeah. PortsK12.com. Okay. Now, let me just tell you the honest truth. I didn't know I could download this to Google, so I started with pps.k12.va.us. But I'm not putting all these questions back in another account. So just learn from my pain. You can do a Ports K-12 account. And I learned that last night when I was reviewing for today. So I may go back this summer and do it. All right. Yeah, so go into teacher, click on get an account. And when you go on to get an account, you'll have this first name, last name, email, confirm, and your password. And make sure you sign up for the free version. Okay, so you're gonna sign up for the free version. And you don't have to, if you want to take notes, great, but I'm gonna give you a cheat sheet at the end. So it walks you step by step through what we're doing. Because I don't know about you, I just have it going on at the training, and then when I get home on my own, I have not a clue. I forget. Okay. So are you guys able to get on one? Are you able to log on to? Yeah, perfect. All right. So click free. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So you need one. Yeah, so you may already have one. All right, perfect. Oh, you know what? Maybe when you log on through Google, it automatically sets it up for you. Okay, so that worked out. All right, so now if you're in it, we're going to play with the demo, and then we have to move on to our Plickers. All right, so once you're in it, I want you to go to this home screen. So everybody should be right here. If you're not right here, see if your elbow partner is, just so we can move on. All right, so is everyone right here? Everybody's right here. All right, so really quickly, we're going to split screen. So let's take the teacher side and put it to the left. And I'm going to move the student side to the right. I do this every time. All right, let's see. Here we go. So I'm going to
And then click a new tab.
Click that tab and pull
all
it
right,
out.
so we're going to do,
Either one. Click it and drag it out.
So now you have two.
Thank you.
If you go all the way over, it'll be even. Bring this one all the way over. It'll be even. And then the other one all the way over, it'll
so
be
we have the
even.
teacher side and we have the student side. Okay?
Right. And then once you hit the side, they'll be even.
Teacher side, student side. And this is just so you can see how it looks from both ends. Teacher side and student side.
I learned something today.
You got it? Okay?
Very good. Thank you, Miss Johnson.
Okay, so this is going to look
It's for people like me that don't like going back and forth between tabs, but like seeing stuff on the tab when I'm doing my grades.
I know how to do it now, especially for college.
That's how I've been putting my grades in. I should have been.
Yes, it is.
If it's technology based, let me know. I probably have a cheat code for it.
So in a moment, you're going to refresh it.
So I'm doing my homework.
Okay, you're doing teacher, student. All right, so you should have teacher, student. Go ahead and refresh your student side. So when we're ready to, in a few seconds, you can see what it looks like on both ends. So refresh your student side. That's perfect. And you may want to do one. All right, so we ready?
It didn't go back to that screen. When you refreshed it,
well, you're going to put your own number in. Yeah. Yep, just log out. If it's not doing it, log out. Okay, so log out if it still had the hexagon. All right, so everybody, first let's go to quiz. So click on quiz. And if it says yes, just click. Oh my goodness. Just hit yes. We're going to log on real quickly. Notice you already have a quiz that says world history. Maybe I need to learn how to spell. I can't spell my name right. Okay, so I'm going to click on quiz. And I have a quiz that says world facts quiz. So you already have a quiz already done. Okay, so does everyone see that? All right, for this situation, we're all going to be history teachers. All right. So if you click on next, you're going to see how do you want to deliver this to your students. Do you want them to get instant feedback? So as soon as they answer a question, it'll tell them whether they're right or wrong. Do you want them to just explore Montessori style open navigation? Do you want to control it? So everybody's on the same question at the same time. So depending on you, I'm just going to hit instant feedback. Again, I require names. I shuffle questions, answers, and allow the kids to see their final score. Okay? But you can control this. If you want it anonymous, you don't have to require the names. If you don't really care about the questions or the answers, you could just, you don't have to shuffle it. But I'm just going to shuffle it. Okay? So once you've done that, hit start. Okay? So is everybody there? Okay. Let's see. All right, so if you are there, look at your class code and enter your classroom code in your student login. So now you're going to see it from both points of view. So you need to log out. Log in. Technology.
Yes, ma'am. Technology is so smart.
Is the class code next to the name?
The class code is in the blue. So look at the top blue on your teacher side. That's your class code. Yeah, perfect.
We're doing good.
Your launch code.
I felt the mile was a big mirror.
So we'll open up another Socratic. You have it as a teacher. You need to do one. That's a teacher, but you need to do one else. So open up another one.
And then now the longest.
Okay. All right. So we all get the gist. It's gonna be your code because you're gonna look at your kids. So take your code right there, yeah, just so you can see what it'll look like from the teacher's end. Oh, okay.
It's going to be in your teacher. So you should see a bunch of letters in a blue box.
It's in the top blue large. Yeah, that's it right here. Your last name and your numbers. That's your course code. And then you need to open up a student section. And the network is just doing the most, right?
It's still recovering. Okay.
So I'm gonna answer one question. I'm gonna show you how to pull up data, and then we need to move because I want to show you Plickers. Okay. All right. So my name is Janine Perry-Campbell. Oh, I can't put a space in there. Thank you. Oh, the room number. Help me. I'll put my name. FBSH 7L. Thank you. There we go. And my name. So just gonna put in Janine. And here we go. All right, so the longest ocean, I'm gonna ask slow, put the Elizabeth. The longest river, ocean. Somebody would do this, the Elizabeth Atlantic Ocean. Okay, okay. All right, so now you can see Janine started, she's progressing through. Okay, so what I want you to do is just hit finish. And this is where you get the screen to look at your data report. Okay, so of course you guys are gonna have to go play with this, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like from the teacher side, how it looks from your student side, and how you can obtain the data, where would you get it from. Okay, and then of course you will have to click on quiz to make the quiz. Yeah, it's still loading. So we won't worry about it. It's the end of the day, and the computers are tired. Okay, so it's you guys know Wilson is kind of funny with the network and stuff. So what? Yeah, because yours is still loading. Yeah. If you hit start, let me see. Yeah, it's ready. Yeah. Did you start? You may not have started, but it's okay. And I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions. So did you start your work?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did it once.
Okay,
I was
okay.
trying to see if you could, if they had quizzes automatically.
Now, okay, Miss Yoakum just came up with something really great. So I'm going to show you this, and like I said, you guys, if you want to email me, we can get together and work more on these. Let me show you. So if you go back to your home screen, and I'm going to click on quiz, I just want to show you something really quick. And as you can see, even with me, the network keeps logging out. Okay, if I go to quiz, I'm going to stop it. So I'm going to go to quiz. I'm going to create a quiz. All right. If you teach a content area, when you create your quiz, you can align your quiz to your state standards. You click your subject. I'm going to click math for Ms. Yoakum. We don't have Common Core. We live in Virginia. I'm going to go down to Virginia. And it is the Virginia Mathematics 2016 current standards. She teaches trig, and she can pick a standard, and I'm just going to pick T3. So now when she creates her quiz, she'll know that this quiz is relevant to this standard. And you're always developing assessments along with our standards. Okay? So of course you guys are going to have to play with that because we only have about 15 more minutes. All right, so I'm going to get out of Socratic. So if you can log out. So you can go ahead and close that out. And we're going to go to Plickers. And like I said, I'm going to give you a step-by-step little guide to help you guys out. Because this is a lot.
Quick
All right.
question.
Yes.
Does Socratic have a bank, or do you have to?
No, it does not have a bank. However, you can share. So if, like, let's say the kid makes up something, well, oh, girl, can we get that?
Right.
She can share the link with us, and then we can have access for our students.
Okay.
So you can share. If you collaborate with your colleagues, you can share. So that helps. But the bank is even better because I like to type in one word and pull up a bunch of questions. All right, so then we're going to go to Plickers. All right, so Plickers are paper clickers. So Plickers are paper clickers. These are great. It's free. It's paper. If they lose them, rip them up, shred them up, write on them. Who cares? Throw it in the trash or print you another set. Okay? It's free. Unless you only have that one pack of paper at the end of the school year for the whole school, then you don't have a problem. But in the beginning of the school year, this is perfect. Some ideas I've seen with Plickers. In my class, I have these on cardstock. So I just took colored cardstock, glued it on, trimmed them out so that way it's a little sturdier for my students. On Pinterest, I love Pinterest, a lady had a shoe rack, you know, like the little shoe things, and she had them, like math teachers put calculators in them. She had them numbered 1 through 30, and she placed the Plicker cards in each number, and each kid knew, you know, Janine's number 1, Miss Anderson Dixon's number 2, Marsha's number 3. So they were trained to come in and grab their Plicker. I also saw on Pinterest where one teacher had her students glue their Plicker in the back of their notebooks. So they always had it. Now, I don't know about your kids, but mine don't always bring a notebook. They may not even have a notebook. So I just keep up with all my Plickers. One set can be used for all your classes. It goes up to 40. So on the back of mine, you'll see 3 sets of names for my block 1, 2, and 3 class. So we use them. What I've done sometimes is when they come into class, I hand them their Plicker. Whichever ones I have left, that shows me mentally or physically you're not in my classroom. So you're going to be absent. So this is how, take roles sometimes when we do Plickers. And we don't do them every day because if you do something too much, it loses all its value and the kids are like, oh, whatever. Okay, so it's free and it's just paper. So what I need you to do, if you don't have it already, download the app Plickers. So if you go into your Google store, Plickers, the icon looks just like this. It's just a little check. So here's a caveat. You have to have Wi-Fi or you need wireless data. Okay? So you need Wi-Fi or you need data. Okay? Wi-Fi or data. And it looks just like that. Now, if they ask for an email address, again, use your ports K12. Because you'll see this data downloads right to your Google Drive. So, moral of the story today, when we get paid next week, we need to invest in Google. Google stock. We need to start a Google stock club. Because Google is taking over. Yeah, we need to do a stock club with Google. All right. So once you have it, you won't use your phones for right now, but I just wanted you to have it. So you'll have this, when you want to play with it. Okay? So are you done? Are y'all still downloading? It's downloading, okay. All right, so while it's downloading, let's play. All right, so I'm going to go to Plickers. Now, before I go, let me show you this. Bless you. This is what it really will look like. Bless you. On your phone, it will truly look like this. You're going to see your students because you're going to use your camera. You have to have a camera phone. So if you have a jitterbug or something like that, this won't work. I should have mentioned that. So you'll see your students, and it's really cool because I can see she got it right, she got it wrong, they got it right, great. You can see these students haven't held their cards up yet or haven't scanned them yet. So it tells you that in real time. Here's my question, 8 got it right, 2 got it wrong. All of this is in real time, okay? All right, so with that, let's play. All right, so Plickers. All right, so we're going to start. If you look at your Plicker card, and this won't be your first question, so hold on. If you look at your Plicker card, you'll notice you have A, B, C, and D around your little piece of paper. These are cool. You cannot cheat. You cannot see A, B, C, nor D. So even if you want to look at your neighbor, what did you get? It's kind of hard to see. All right. If you want your answer to be A, you hold up A at the top. You hold your Plicker card just like this. Do not put your fingers on it because it won't read it. This is why I use cardstock because it makes it a little bit sturdy. Some teachers laminate them to keep them. If you choose to laminate it, use matte lamination, not the glossy because your phones can't read the glossy. So use matte and you have to hold it like this. Now, I'm not clairvoyant, so I don't have your names. So you're going to be guess whatever the number is on your card, okay? All right, so let's answer the first question. Now, from my phone, I just put the question up. So I have a library of questions that already downloaded to it'll download when you open the app. And here is the question. Okay, so hold up your Plicker. What's the logo for this school district? And I'm going to make it full screen. Is it Portsmouth, Norfolk, Chesapeake, or Suffolk? Now on my phone, I just click the phone icon, and I'm gonna sit right here. Now look at the screen. Can I hold the screen? Don't bend it as much. Okay, there you go. Yep. Okay, move your fingers. Don't put your fingers on it. There you. So look at the screen, you guys. And look, I'm just standing right here, and it's scanning. So once you see your number, you can put it down. So on my phone, I can see everybody clicking. 10 people answered. 10 people got it right. And you can just walk. You don't have to get in everybody's face, and it picks up. All right. And what I tell my students, once you see your name, go ahead and put your card down because that means I have it. Okay. Put your card down because I have it. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Okay. So let's say we're done. So now you know your kids, so you can say, all right, Lucinda, come on, girl, you didn't put your card up yet, so I can see. But she's done it. So is your number up there? Okay, so take your finger off of it. There you go, perfect. And I'm gonna, all right, there you go. All right, so now we're gonna look at our answers. Now on my phone, I can see each kid, if they got it right, if they got it right, wrong on my phone. It'll even put a right or wrong answer on their face, like Battleship, when you're scanning through. All right, so now let's reveal the answers. Again, you can show your students' names, or you don't have to. And I'm going to reveal the answers, and now I can see the majority of the students got it right. All right, so 40 and 34, you trying to tell us something about Chesapeake? All right, so now we can see who got it right, who got it wrong, and I can look at a graph of my data to see the majority of my students got it right. Pulse check. This was a great way we remediated for SOLs, warm-ups, exit tickets. In the middle of a lecture, just a great way. So I'm going to exit because we're just going to do that one question. If I go to my score sheet, I'm going to, here are my classes, so you guys are T3. I'm going to use this date, and here is the score sheet. Here are all of my students. This is what you got on my quiz. Notice it's color-coded. Green means proficient. Maybe this is tier 1. Yellow tier 2, and red is tier 3. Here are the questions that I asked, and here were your answer choices. Of course, red is incorrect, green is correct. You can download this, so export is how you download it to Excel or your Google. You can print reports for your individual students. So again, you can show, here are the top 3 missed for your own instructional practice. So if you're teaching, you know, oh, my kids didn't do too well on this, I need to go back. You can pull that data up for your own self-reflection. And here is everyone's quiz that I can print out and give it to you, or I can email it to you. All right, so let's play and start a Plickers. All right, so what we're going to do is go to plickers.com. So if you could go to plickers.com. And it's going to look just like that. And we're just going to set up an account. I'm going to show you 3 little things, and then you'll play with it on your own because we'll have about 10 minutes. All right, so plickers.com. Again, this is free. If you just click sign on with Google, it'll automatically go to your Google Drive. So if you just click sign on with Google, you don't even have to enter your information. It'll automatically do it. And again, I would encourage you to sign on with your PPS Google because you can put it in your classroom. So, yeah. And then, there you go. Sign up with Google. Perfect. And then enter your Google information. Miss Janice, she really been putting you out there, hasn't she? I'm going to get her. That's your buddy. No detention for her. No silent lunch. No phone call home.
When she's coming, we talk.
Okay, gotcha.
You have a student-teacher
Okay, gotcha. Y'all are collaborating. Okay, I'm gonna have to give y'all extra stickers.
Okay, thank you.
Got it.
We got it.
All right. Oh, that's fine. You can play. Yep. So you can make. You have a fake demo class. But let's just make up a class. Think about the students you had. You can just make up. Okay. So you're doing too much. Okay. So you can make up your class. And each of the students names and everything. All right. If you guys are already on, you can go ahead and make up a fake class. Think about three of your best babies from the fall or spring and start a new class. Now, when we have open house in the fall and your parents come to your room, this is a great thing to get parents engaged. You can ask them a few questions. What do you hope your child learns in math this year? Or I'm excited about my daughter being in the 10th grade, true or false. So, and parents love doing what their children do. So this is something to keep it engaging. You're not talking them to death, they actually get to play. So it's kind of cool. All right. So most of you are on. So you signed up, of course, Google, reports K-12. So now the dashboard may look a little overwhelming, but we're gonna go over some things. If you click a demo class, so clicking the demo class, you can go ahead and assign Plickers to your students. All right, so what I would do is these will already be cut out, glued onto colored cardstock. Number 1 is Janine, and on the back I just write Janine, so that way I know number 1 is Janine, and her name will come up moving forward. If you have your roster, let's say, I'm going to use Ms. Harris, well, I'm not even going to anymore, but let's say your roster is in a spreadsheet. You can highlight your spreadsheet and just cut and paste it right into the classroom, and it will populate it for you. Okay, so let me log on really quickly. Oops. Oh, this is Again, I cannot spell my last name. Maybe because I'm divorced. I just want to forget about it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. All right, here we go, you guys. So here's your classes. Never. So you can add a new class, and I'm just going to cancel this real quick. But let's say you wanted to add students. If you click on Add Roster, you can copy and paste in Excel. I don't know if you have your kids on Excel, but you can just copy it and paste it right in there so you don't have to type it out. If you don't really care about giving credit, or they could be anonymous, then you can just hand the cards out and they can just be guess 1, 2, 3, or 4. There was a music teacher in the last session who said she has 700 kids because she's a music teacher at an elementary school. No in the world she wants to type 700 names and write 700 names on Plickers. So for her, she said the shoe idea would be good. Everybody just comes, get a Plicker, and and she'll pulse check her students that way. So the choice is yours. You do have up to 40 cards. Okay? Your library is where you enter your questions. Now, you can create folders. So as you can see, I have folders for my content area. When I told you that I use Plickers with my parents, bam, open house. I really did use this with my parents when they came to open house so they could see some of the things that I will be doing with their children. So here it is, I want to learn. So I just ask questions. How can I help my child with bio? I love science when I was a student, little things like that. Another great thing you'll see, you can add pictures. So math, I know science, graduated cylinder, you can add diagrams and pictures. I go in and I just copy and paste, video, e-release, SOL test, SOLpass.com, and I just plagiarize myself to death and just put it all in my Plickers account. So I can, practice. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I borrow the information for my students, okay? Scratch that, edit. Okay, so there you go. Next, reports, and I showed you that. Live view, if you click on that, that just shows you from your phone. Once you click your questions, it will appear on your screen. So that's what live view means. And then cards, these are your Plicker cards. So if you need 63, you can do expanded, 2 cards on the sheet. If you have little people, elementary school, visually impaired, you can do a Plicker that's the size of a whole sheet of paper. Okay, so you can have little ones, or if you want to do a big class set, you can do a big class set. Okay, so that, and you just download it PDF. All right, and the last thing, because when I first started Plickers, I did this every time and would get so frustrated. Once you get your questions, this button that says Add to Queue, you have to select your students. So if I select AP Biology, that AP Biology, here's all the questions that are in their queue. The queue tells your phone which questions to project. Okay? So you are literally on your phone, you'll see all of these questions. And then you just touch your phone, and whatever you touch is what will come up on the live screen. So if you have 1,000 questions in your library, your phone won't be inundated with 1,000 questions. You literally pick the questions that you want. Okay, but don't be like me, just sit here on this live screen like, oh my God, the technology isn't working. What, like, let me call Sprint. Did I pay my bill? Why isn't the thing working? Because I didn't put it in the queue, so I had to learn that the hard way this year. All right, so if you guys want to play around with that, you're more than welcome. It's easy to add questions. You just add a question. The icon, you can add an image, you know, just to play around. It's very, very user-friendly. All right, so any questions? I know it was really, really quick, but yes, ma'am.
For my questions, and if I just want, this is going to be 6 questions for today.
Yes.
I'm going to say, this is what we're doing on G1.
Okay.
Can I just put all my G1 questions in a folder and put that entire folder in the queue?
Yes, and that's what I do. So I have some, like if you notice when I scroll through some of my folders only have one question. So yes, when you're in your, so let's look at DNA. Well, they have a lot of questions. Let me find Dr. Campbell. That was a class I, okay, let's not listen to her. Stressing me out. Just the thought. Okay, tips, tricks, and techniques. You only have 3 questions. So yes. And this shows me that I've given this twice. Notice the number 2. I gave it 2 times to tips, tricks, and techniques. So let's say today I want to give it to AP Bio, and I want to give it to Ecology, and I want to give it again to you guys. So if I go into the classroom, this was exactly what will come in on my phone. And just looking at it, it shows me these classes are already in queue, so you do have to do some pre-planning. Okay, so in between bells or however, or the night before, you do have to put your questions in queue, but this shows me this class has already done it, and these classes are about to do it. So good question. Any other questions? All right, so my last little thing is a quote. I love quotes. And it is, the teacher who is indeed wise does not bid you to enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your mind. And that's by Khalil Gibran. I love Khalil Gibran. But basically, this means to be creative. We are not gurus or experts. We work best when we work as a team. Everybody on our teams, at our schools, and our departments, we bring so much value. We all have our own strengths. We have our own experiences that make us the great teachers we are. So when you work together, there's just no telling what you can do and a great strategy you can make in your classroom. And when you allow your students to be accountable for their own learning, kids will teach you. If you use technology, your kids will teach you about technology. Stay current, stay relevant, and let your kids be creative. And just like we want our kids to be creative, as teachers, we too should be creative. So take all of this next year. I'll sign up for Plickers and you can be facilitating and I'll learn something new. So thank you for coming, you guys. Hope you enjoy.
Our 2017
And I have some freebies for you guys.
Please check your packets to be sure that you distribute the certificates of attendance to all participants.
Okay.
If you need additional, we should have additional in the hallway.
Yeah, so everyone will get a free class set of Plickers and a cheat
Thank
sheet.
you again for attending our.
You're welcome.
We hope that you enjoyed your day and you gained some valuable knowledge to be able to take back to your classroom.
The certificate is separate.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you right now. Anybody else
And we
need
can't
one?
wait to work
There
with
you
you.
go. You need one, or do I have enough?
You want your
Here's some more.
Thank you.
We need 4.
Four. So Miss Bailey, let me get you one, because we work at North. Okay, so I can get you one today. You can keep them or throw them in the trash. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys your certificate. Give me a moment to just go back on Socratic, get your names, and then you are good to go. Have a great summer. We deserve it. Woo!
Have a great day.
Thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna write your names down, and then you are good to go.